Hey y'all, how you doing? Uh, Tony back with another edition of Tony's Topics. Been very, very, very busy the past 10 months. Haven't had a chance to do any videos for you guys, but I am planning on getting back into the game and helping you out wherever I can. Um, so I like to keep my videos quick. I'm going to try to do this in 6 or 7 minutes for you. And if you have any questions or comments, put the comments down below. Questions you can email me at tonystopics@gmail.com. But I want to talk to you about the difference between a W-2 employee and a 1099 contractor. I have some truck driving buddies that get all excited when they get a job and they say, "Oh, hey Tony, I won't have to pay any taxes. He's going to pay me on a 1099." And okay, so what qualifies you as being a 1099 contractor? And they can't answer the question. I'm going to tell you how to keep yourself out of trouble. I'm going to tell you this will also help you if you are self-employed. If you are a true 1099 contractor like myself, I'm leased onto Landstar as a truck driver, so I'm self-employed. I get a 1099 every year. Um, this will help you, okay? W-2 employee. What a W-2 employee is, just regular employee. You work for a company or somebody who gives you a paycheck, and on that paycheck, um, they take out some taxes. The four main taxes are your federal and state income taxes, and I'm just referring to some notes here so I don't get anything wrong, and your Social Security and Medicare. Those are the four main taxes. In California, we have another one. They take out state disability insurance. Okay. Um, Now, just as a side note, there's 7 states that do not have a state income tax, so you won't see a state income tax in Alaska, Florida, Nevada, South Dakota, Texas, Washington, Wyoming. There are 2 states, New Hampshire and Tennessee, that also do not pay personal income tax, but you do pay taxes on, I believe, dividends and investment income. Okay, but that's neither here nor there. So most of us who are W-2 employees, well, not me, but most of you who are W-2 employees will pay your four main taxes: federal, state income tax, Social Security, and Medicare. Okay, your Social Security and Medicare uh, are 15.3%. The government says they want 15.3% of your net income, not your gross, but your net income, to be sent to them for your Social Security and Medicare payments. Now, what you might not be aware of is you only pay as an employee half of that. You only pay 7.2% uh, of that. So you pay six. Oh gosh, darn it! I had on the tip of my. You pay 1.45% to Medicare, and then is it 6.2% to Social Security? All right. Anyway, that adds up to 7.65%. Your employer also pays 7.65%. So their 7.65% and your 7.65% adds up to 15.3%. So if you take and add together, just take out a check stub, add together your Social Security and Medicare that was what deducted from you, divide that total amount between the two against your net income. Net income is what's after your if you have a 401k, if you have any medical expenses. So let's say you made $1,200, your 401k comes out, your medical expenses come out. Those you don't have to pay taxes on those payments. Okay, so let's say that brings you from $1,200 down to $1,000. You're only paying taxes at 15.3% and state and federal taxes as well on that $1,000. Okay, so that's your net income. That's what you're bringing home. So if you add up those two amounts, your Social Security and your Medicare, get that total, divide it by your net income on that check, you should get 7.65%, or it might say 0.0765. Okay, and again, the employer, whoever you're employed with, they also contribute to your account, 7.65%. A lot of people don't know that. And here's where you get into some trouble. So let's talk about a 1099 employee now. Um, First of all, as a 1099, if I own a trucking company and I hire a driver and I say I'm going to pay you on a 1099, so what that means is that I'm not going to take out any taxes. I'm not going to take out federal or state income tax. I'm not going to take out any of your Medicare or Social Security, nor am I going to contribute to your Medicare and Social Security. They also, the employer person, me, okay, hiring you, will also not have to pay federal unemployment tax. They call it FUTA, and I won't have to pay anything for your disability. So I save a lot of money by hiring you as a 1099 because I'm just going to give you a chunk of cash. I'm not going to have any more liability, and then I'm leaving this up to you to declare your taxes. Um, the government wants their 15.3%. Okay, so if you make $1,000, all right, instead of uh, you sending in 7650, which is 7.65%, you have to send in double that. You have to send in the employer's portion as well. You have to send in my portion because I'm not paying it. I've got you on a 1099. So you have to pay 15.3% instead of 7.65% in self-employment taxes. Self-employment taxes are simply your Social Security and your Medicare. Um, the 15.3% is referred to as self-employment taxes. So at tax time in April or whenever you file your taxes, you have to pay 15.3% of your income. Now, you pay it on your net income. So if you made $100,000 in 1099 income, and then you go through and you take out all of your deductions and your expenses and everything, and you bring that down to $50,000, then you only have to pay 15.3% of the $50,000. But that's a pretty good little chunk. Do the math on that, you know. Um, and that's before you start paying for your federal or state income tax. Okay. Um, if you do that, you also must submit quarterly tax payments, estimated tax payments. So, January, February, March, you have to sit down in April. You figure out your income for those 3 months, take away your expenses, and you have your net income. At a minimum, you need to submit 15.3% of that figure you come up with for those first 3 months. It's due April 15th. It just so happens that your regular taxes are due April 15th as well, right? Um, so you submit that at a minimum. You might want to submit a little bit more to take care of whatever your federal tax liability might be. And that's just a guess. That's whatever your tax income bracket is. But I feel you're pretty safe submitting the 15.3%. So you do the same thing. April, May, June. You figure out your income, you figure out your expenses, get your net income. In July 15th, you have to submit a payment to the IRS. So you have to submit 4 payments each quarter. Now, if you don't submit these payments, come April 15th, when you do your personal income tax for the prior year, you will be heavily penalized. Okay, and you just don't want that. You're going to have interest added to whatever you should have paid, and it's a huge fine and penalties. Okay, so there's a lot more to this 1099 thing. But I like to keep my videos short. If you have a specific question, just put it in the comments. If I said something wrong that you caught, would you please let me know? Put it in the comments or email me, tonystopics@gmail.com. I'm going to be coming out with a lot more informative videos. A lot of them be in the trucking industry and so forth. Um, so go ahead and subscribe. I got some subscribers going on right now. There's a bell there after you subscribe if you want to be notified when I upload a video. Go ahead and like this video. In fact, just touch that sucker right now. Like. I'm going to have in the links below a link to the IRS website that will tell you, I think there's 13 tests, I can't remember the number, um, to see whether or not you actually do qualify as a 1099 employee. Okay. Um, you can get yourself in some trouble. The employer can definitely get themselves into some trouble by on this 1099 mess. Okay. So yeah, that's about it. I'm just looking up. I think I covered everything. So let me know if you have any questions. Okay, and hope to see you next time. You have a great day. All right. So talk to you soon.